Good morning, everybody. In our last video, we sent off all of our project parts to complete phase 3. We are now into phase 4, which is the infamous nuclear and aluminum tier list. So there's a lot of stuff to do. I did already take the bauxite refinement tree here to kind of see what exactly I needed to do, and there's a lot to it. So in order to run all this stuff, I need a couple of things. One, I'm going to need bauxite. Two, I'm going to need crystal for the silica, and then I'm also going to need coal to refine the bauxite, which is going to be a lot of stuff. And there's not really a good place on the map where all three of those are close together, which means we have to do long distance logistics, which means this video gets to be about trains. So we're going to go ahead and put all this stuff in here, send it off. And I've already built a couple of things that I'm going to need to get going here just to kind of show you. So I have some hyper tubes set up. We're going to actually shoot ourselves all the way off to the other side of the map. If I check my map here, we have all this right here. We have a radio tower set up and a little bit of a base already over there. So we're going to take this hyper tube. This is a pretty cool tube. It's going to shoot us actually over our other factory. And we have our oiler processing over there. And then we have another coal plant right here. And then way off over here in the swamp, you can kind of see it already. That's where we're going to be setting up at. It's not really like a super setup base right now. I'm going to overshoot it. No, come back. Okay, so it's not super set up right now. I literally recorded a video of me coming all the way over here and killing everything, and it was mostly just me screaming and running for my life. So I'm not gonna end up posting that, and we're just gonna start off here, kind of show you guys what I need to do. So in order to actually make the aluminum, you have to start off in the refinery, which is going to take, let me find here, the alumina solution. This is going to take a bauxite plus water, which that's easy to get. It's going to give us the solution and then some silica, which the silica is going to make everything a little bit cheaper. But once I did the math on it, I am going to need more, which is where the crystal comes in. So there's a lot of stuff from there. From there, it goes on to aluminum scrap, which is going to take the solution and the coal that we needed, that I said. And that gives us all the aluminum scrap. It gives us some recycled water we can use. I'm going to figure out how to deal with that in the system. I'm hoping that I can just loop it around everything to the end and kind of make it all work, but I'll have to see how that works. And then after that, we move on to our foundry, which is going to use our aluminum scrap and our silica, which we're going to need a lot more than what we're going to get, because the stuff from the refinery only gives about 50 silica a minute, and that's just going to, it won't even fill up one of these, and we're going to end up running 8 foundries off of everything that we have. So I went ahead and I kind of looked at some stuff. The first problem I had was the coal. So I can click on the right menu. For our coal, there's about, I believe, 13 to 1400 that way, which is just outside of the range of this. So we have our crystal right here, which is going to be important. Then way over here, there is some coal. And it's pretty much on the other side of a mountain here. So my plan is to run like a little circle loop right here. Yep, there it is. So we're going to run a little circle loop around this mountain here. I have 3 stops. So I have the coal pickup, the crystal pickup for the silica. I don't know if I'm going to process it over there or if I'll bring it in here. And it's all going to come together right here. And we also have a ton of extra ores here. We have a lot of iron, some limestone. There's some geysers and stuff. There is some sulfur if I want to take advantage of that, but I'm probably going to use it with this coal here to try to figure out something with turbo fuel. So there's a lot of stuff to do today. We've already bought our train station, and we're going to get set up on what we need to do to make all that happen. So I'll be back in a second with an update. So I've spent a lot of time kind of going through everything. I needed to expand my power infrastructure, which is a lot of what you're looking at right now. We did finally set the compacted coal up running from this truck station down here all the way up here. We built a second layer, made a ton more plastic to make sure we're supplying our circuit boards and everything in our other factory. And we set all this up. If you want to see a video on this, just go ahead and hit the like goal. It should be 15 by Friday night. If you guys do that, I'll do a separate video about this. But all that being said, we're going to head back over to the other factory and get started on what we need to do today. Alrighty, so we're back at our actual factory. We're going to be doing our aluminum solution. We are working on trains today, but in order to make it work properly, I would like to get the Mark 5 belts. So we're going to kind of create some bypasses in order to make all this work. So I was able to get an alternative recipe that will cut off the silica, which I don't know if I'm going to use this in the long run. I'm just using it for right now, so I don't have anything else to worry about. But I brought over all the coal and silica that I'm probably going to need to actually make this run just for a little bit. Just enough time for me to actually start making some aluminum parts. And I can use that to unlock the Mark 5 belts and use that to make my storing system for my trains. So we're going to create a little bit of a bypass here. This is going to be the aluminum solution, and then this goes into the aluminum scrap we're trying to make. So it's going to need 220 coal per minute. We're going to dump all of our coal into this. Actually sort this real quick. This way, it's literally just bypassing it. So I don't have the extra resources over here yet, but I have these chests here, just kind of chest fed enough to get just a little bit. So I'm going to set all this up and I'm going to show you what that looks like here in a second. All right, so unfortunately, even though all this is water, none of it's actually deep enough to get a water extractor. So we're having to pull from this one all the way over here, which isn't that big of a deal. The factory may get moved in the future. I may move it over this way. The part that I'm trying to work around, though, is these things. I can't seem to get rid of them. Even with, like, explosions, I can't, like they won't go away. So whatever I build needs to either be above them or away from them because they're going to be inside my factory, and I don't really want that. So there's a couple different struggles of actually being over here, but it's really not that big of a deal. We'll figure out how to work around it. So I've already set up the majority of the stuff that I need to. I'm just trying to pipe everything over here. I don't really understand how to do the water recycling. I believe that I should be able to pretty much just move the water from the end back into the same system. If that works the first time, that would be awesome, but I feel like I may need to add a buffer and try to mess with the actual output of the water extractor over there in order to make all this work properly. So got a couple questions, got a couple confusions. Hopefully I get it figured out though. So we're gonna set this up and I'll give you an update here in a second. Okay, so this might be like a really bad idea, but I decided to put a pipeline pump facing this way to try to make this one direction. There's no waters on this side, and then we have water on this side. So I think this is what I need to do to make the recycled water come this way and force it into this pipe, because we're still able to get water into here, which matters, and I think that's going to be okay. So we're going to leave it like this and see how the systems runs. The bauxite's going in here. We have an aluminum solution. We're making our scrap. We have our water getting recycled, which is now being forced into this pipe and then back into the system. And then on the other side should be coming out as aluminum scrap, which I need to up this line to a Mark 4 because that is definitely not enough to handle that. There we go. There's really not even a point in doing this because I'm only running one foundry right now, and this takes like 90. So this is actually working, and I'm happy. And we're gonna let this run for a little bit and start getting some aluminum stuff. So I will be back with an update here in a little bit. So we went ahead and head back to the hub and checked out what we actually needed. So we needed these that's a big word. We're not saying that. We needed these sheets, and we needed to get copper. So I stole some copper out of some of the stuff I was using over there, and now we're getting everything made. We overclocked it to get a little bit faster, and then we're just letting this get all set up. So in a little bit here, we'll be unlocking our Mark 5 belts. Then we can actually get in to start working on our truck stations. The reason why I wanted those is the same problem I had with the truck stations. There's two outputs, but that limits me to 2 480 lines, and it's not really a ton. If we're having a lot of resources come through these 3 stations here, I would really like it to be able to completely dump the system very quickly. With 2 780 lines for the Mark 5 belts, it should be more than enough to get everything out of there on time and not have to deal with anything. So we're going to be okay with that. I just wanted to get this all set up to start with, and get some of this aluminum stuff started before we get moving on to our next steps. So I will be back in a little bit with a little bit of an update and let you guys know what's going on. Alrighty, so we should have everything, and we can go ahead and send all the stuff off. Put it in here real quick. Send that off, and we just lock our Mark 5 belts. Oh, if we hit enter, because I don't want to even listen to that. Let's see what this costs. So it's just the alkaline sheets. So that's not bad. We can make that work. Which means I just need to let that run, and I'm probably getting more copper to actually make that work. So I'm going to steal some more copper out of these smelters down here, just to make sure I got everything nice and good over there, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so I came over here and I started to set up the basics of the train station. We're going to use 2 freight platforms, which are going to be one for our coal, one for our silica. If I need to add more, I got some more room in here. I do have a plan for what I want to do for this building, but I got to see if I can even make it all fit in here. So I do have a design in mind, and that's what I'm trying to go for. Part of that is raising these 1 meter foundations above the actual tracks. I wanted to kind of go up to 2, but I feel like if I go up to 2, that this may look weird. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna try it because that's what I want to do, and I'm gonna see what it looks like. And if it looks weird, I'll change it. So let me just try this real quick. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better because now like the train's actually at train level. Like if you ever been in a train station, you know, like you can just walk right in. Well, usually it's closer, but you can walk right into the actual cart as if you're were to get on it. I know there's no transport carts in it, but this way it kind of looks like it's at the level, and this actually fits pretty good with it being here. This section back here I left open, so I walled it off to kind of make sure there's distraction from what's actually here. I'll have to change this around a little bit. But this is gonna go straight down underneath where it's gonna start the storing. So everything will be sorted at the bottom here underneath, and we'll probably block it off with some concrete so you can't really see what's going on down there. But we're pretty much gonna run like Mark 5 lines, like right here down, and I'll figure out how to make it look a little more presentable. Like I might move this way, and I'll run this one down. This one can go from here straight down. So that way you have both of these kind of out of the way. It still needs to work. I'll figure out how exactly I want to do it, but I just want to give you a general idea of what I'm trying to go for here and how it's going to turn out. So I'm going to finish off placing the rest of the sides of this and work on this a little bit more, and I'll give you an update here in a second. All right, so I started working on some stuff over here, and I was kind of getting an idea for what I wanted to do, and I realized that if I got to keep placing these painted beams and these small concrete pillars, are going to take me forever. I went ahead and built a blueprint design here. It's not the best. I gotta move where this is at. I'm gonna have to delete it in a second, but I just set this down where I could and kind of work through it on what I'm going for. I may change the lighting a little bit. I have a small billboard that I feel would work a lot better here, but for the most part, this is what I'm gonna be going for. I can't get it high enough to do the top, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do the top once I get it all set down. But pretty much what we're going for is I have let me delete this real quick, kind of show you guys what I'm doing. Get rid of all of this. I have 2 regular foundation 4 meters, and then I have 2 sections of half meters. So during these half meters are going to be this. And the reason why I set them as half, the half foundations is so I can actually see where all this lines up. So this is the big concrete pillar that'll go in the back half, and then you'll have the start of the small concrete pillar. In between here, you're going to have gaps like doorways. So get rid of these 2. You just have like little doorways to get out of the factory. Maybe I'll put like a balcony or something to kind of go out this way. But that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to save this blueprint, lay all this down, and kind of show you the idea that I'm going for. And I'll be back in just a second. All right, so I placed all these down, and it actually is looking pretty close to what I want. So this looks good, but I'm having trouble figuring out what I want to do with this. So I thought about doing a doorway and then a reinforced window. At the very least, I want the doorways, but with the reinforced window, I'm having trouble kind of getting this lined up. I tried doing meter 1s, the roof pieces, and I ended up having to add these up here to try to cover it, and then I'm adding stuff on the outside, and I don't really want to do that, so I'm trying to rethink it. I came up with this over here. The problem is I'm having this not be able to get up like where I need to. It's not matching up. So what I'm going to try to do is let me get rid of these real quick. If I can expand this one and take these wall 8 meters, I'm thinking that I may be able to no, that's not gonna work. I'm 8.5 foundation. Well, actually I can snap it there. Hold on. So if I do this and I take the doorway, I might be able to snap it onto this and get the line up together. Does that work? Oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm probably gonna stick with that for now. And then I'll do that all the way around, and I'll give you an update in a second. Okay, so we're going to take the lazy route. Instead of trying to go with a unique end piece, I just decided to put this one more foundation out, and I put this here. So now it goes all the way down, and then I'll have to figure out how to wall this one in to make it look nice and pretty. We're going to do the same on the back side, and then we just need to finish off the roof up here. So what I'm trying to do right now is I want to get this reinforced window up here because I think it looks cool. But this isn't lined up with the other pillars that I have. So what we're going to try to do is stick a 1 meter wall right here. And then we can put the reinforced window. And then we'll just run these across. Get them in here. Do the same thing up here. Wherever it lines up at. Somewhere in here. Got so many pillars here I can't keep track. So then that ends up looking like actually pretty good. I like that a lot. I might put some more lights up here. But we're gonna do this all the way around here, and I got a lot of these to do because I don't have those as a part of the blueprint. Kind of sucks, but it's not a big deal. So I'm gonna keep working on this, kind of showing you guys what I'm doing here and there, and I'll give you guys an update in a second. All right, so we're trying to add the ends of this. I thought about doing a bunch of walls, but the problem with doing the walls is that this is kind of off center for where it needs to be. So once I start working up here, I can't get this piece that I need, this ramp wall 8 meter. I can't get it in the right spot. I've tried snapping it to this and I can't figure out how to get it to snap, and it's just not working out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add these to the end. I tried putting this here, but the problem I had immediately was this tilted corner. It's supposed to fit right here. Try to snap it. Come on. Isn't quite lining up right here. So I'm gonna have to merge these just a little bit closer to try to fix it and see if I can get that worked out. And then I'm gonna see what I can do. I have another idea on trying to how to get this 8 meter wall to work. It's gonna involve some foundation tricking here, but I like this idea a little bit better because we can still use this setup here, and it leaves enough of a gap here to trade in. So my plan is to try to do this, and I'm gonna see if I can get it to work. If I can't, I'll go with plan 2. So I'm gonna mess around with this for a little bit and see what I can make happen. I'm going insane because I just need this road barrier right here. I need it right here. It's right here. I can place it right here. You do exactly what I need to do. Is that it? No, it's not. It's off. I just need it right there. Just right here. If I can put it right here, I can finish this whole thing. But I just can't get it here. Oh my god, I got it. I got it. It took me forever, but I finally got it where I needed to be. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to mess with the basic walls. We can drop this down. So we take this, get rid of this. Put one more of these. We should be able to place a basic wall right here. Okay. That was such a headache, but I finally got that worked out. Now I just got to figure out how to solve this problem right up here. So I'm going to keep working on this, and I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. Alright, so I swapped that to an outer corner 4 meter. I was actually able to get it to work, but I don't have a concrete material for the roof, so I ended up just going with glass roof. I think that's going to look fine. Now, you can tell that it's off. The problem with this and why it's off, if you look at it, is because these aren't right. This isn't right either. These are not lining up the way they're supposed to. And I don't know why this one's right and the other ones are wrong. So maybe I can try to figure that out. I'm going to go up there and look at it. This is right, and then this should be good down. So something is crossing over wrong. This is fine. This one's fine. This one looks like it's fine, but it's not. They're not crossing over. I'm not sure. I'll have to go up there and check that out and see if I can get that fixed to straighten this out. But this is going to be fine for now. I'm going to put the lighting through here to make it look a little bit better, and then I'm going to turn all this concrete and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so we had a little bit of more wall space and I wanted to make this reinforced window work. I moved that down, so I got rid of the bottom wall and did 2 meter, the 1 meter walls, 2 of them, and then the reinforced wall, and then 2 more at the bottom to kind of split that up and center it up. And then I couldn't run this right through the middle. So I could do that and then have no lights on this wall, but I wanted to try this. I think this looks good. Let me know down below if you think I should do it the other way. Just run just 1 light on a strip here to here, and then leave this empty. Just let me know. This up here is kind of crossing a little bit, which I don't know how I feel about it, but I think it looks a little bit bare without anything up there. So we're going to leave that as it is for right now. And now I pretty much have to repeat this whole corridor over here multiple times over. I got to do this 4 more times. So I'm going to pretty much beat my head into the wall and probably do a lot of this off camera, because obviously, you know, I don't need to show you guys repeating me, or this, show you guys me repeating this corner like 4 times, and then I still have to build the roof. So there's a lot of stuff to do. I am getting kind of to the end of the video. I think I'm roughly about 19 minutes right now, so I don't know how much more I'm going to get done. It's probably going to turn into a 2-part video, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're going to keep moving and see what we can get done. Well, this is a big problem because I didn't count this room right. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, what? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this isn't. This is too close, which means that if I place this in here like this is supposed to be, it's not gonna fit right. Which means I got to tear down this entire wall, and I'm not playing an experimental, so I don't have the blueprint deleter thing. I have to delete all this wall, and then replace it, and then redo the center columns and the doorways, and then build this piece and the corner, and make sure it's right, and then build the tunnel here. So I pretty much had to redo everything, at least this half of it, and try to make sure that it's right. So I'm gonna tear all this down, and then I'm gonna at least make this corner and this piece here and kind of show you guys what's going on. So let me do all that, and then in my free time I'll fix all this. Alrighty, so we're gonna be ending the video here, just because I'm getting to that 20-minute mark. I haven't fixed this corner yet. I'm still working on it a little bit, and I'm gonna fix this because I realized what I was doing was wrong once I did this one over here. So I did run out of signs. I gotta go get some more crystal and get everything set up to finish off all the signs. But we're gonna run the signs across this, and run some here. Pretty much I just took these big concrete pillars a little bit out and made a little archway for them. And I did the tilted walls, and pretty much just repeated the pattern up top, just kind of give it a little entrance for the train. Everything's all there. I may try to do some stuff with the diagonal beams to kind of make this a little archway, but as of right now, I'm not going to mess with it. I'll leave it how it is. Mostly because I have to redo all this, because this is all one foundation off, and it needs to get moved back. I got to do all this, and I got to do the other two corners, the gateway over there, and then I need to do lighting, because right now I just have these, and it's not really doing the job. Once it gets midnight or dark over here, it gets pretty dark, almost to the point where I have to use a flashlight. So I'm gonna have to add a lot of lighting in here to make this work, which is gonna be a lot of the corner top. I still have to do all that as well. So we're gonna end the video here. Just want to show you guys what we're doing. In our next video, I should have all this finished and kind of show you what we're doing. And then we'll move on to our next step, which is going to be getting our coal over there, or getting our crystal from over here and converting it into what we need to get it to this train station. So there's a lot of train stuff that's going to be happening in the next couple episodes. Just stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and if you guys hit the like goal of 15 likes by Friday night, I will be posting a bonus video Saturday morning. So all that being said, thank you guys, and have a good weekend.